So as it turns out, the smallest win of the video is also the first win of the video, and it's for them actually taking the time to add CGI breath to him as he runs away. Also, though I haven't said it in a while, so I'll do it again now. Be sure to subscribe. The number of viewers who aren't subscribed is getting smaller, but there's still a huge percentage who aren't. So hit that button and the bell, and so long as we hit the new number of 35,000 views in 1 month for this third part, I'll make a fourth. Again, it's only a small thing, but I like how they make CGI snow drop both in front of them and behind them. Just adds that extra layer of realism to the scene and makes it feel more cold to me. So not only is it a win that he stepped in the way to take the punch instead of the old lady, but it's his reaction right afterwards that just seals the win giving out deal. Whoa, okay, that was very much unexpected, so much so that I had to rewatch it twice. Nice way to break free from the comedic ongoing scene from the end of the last episode. Fantastic demonstration, showing us that he's taken on board the words, power and personality of someone he truly looked up to. Once again opening up the branches of his magic by showcasing a unique ability within that magic that he is able to utilize. They also do much the same thing in other anime such as JoJo and My Hero Academia, where it's not a simple stand, quirk or magic ability in this case, but instead thought has been put into making it something larger. Of course, Nen from Hunter x Hunter is also in this realm. Not flying on the spot. Obviously, I'm guessing this went down in the exact same way as it did in the manga, but seriously, hats off to the mangaka for making Marie a smart girl here, breaking the mold of sometimes stupid kids as she surveys the situation, keeps her thoughts to herself and stays quiet. That's awesome! As always, Black Clover proves that it's more than up to the task when it comes to creating and covering darker turns in the story in spite of being a shonen anime, especially when in a few minutes time we learn that he's now covered in frostbite and such. Ooh, colour me intrigued when it comes to the fact that they can apparently remove magic from someone. Like, how would that work on stronger opponents? Does it leave people without magic ever returning to them? Let's go! Actually having them acknowledge the hole in their house, because not only is it funny, but it also adds more realism to the scene, unlike anime that have instances like that and then move on pretending they no longer exist or are an issue for anyone. I mean, come on, they even go the extra mile and have the kid mention snow getting inside. Constantly finding new and interesting, not to mention hilarious methods by which to get this guy back into the story. Also though, I'm not hating the notion that they can use these devices to call for help from HQ and stuff like that. That appeals to me and I don't even know why. Oh god. Something about the sound he makes when he drops. I find it brilliant. I know I've mentioned it now several times, but this is a new video and it deserves bringing up again. I'm loving how each arc seems to focus on a new or different member of the Black Bulls. It's awesome delving into each of them one by one, learning more about them and their backgrounds, and it always gives a new opportunity for character growth. Well, hey, every time I come back to this anime from a break, I forget about his ability and like literally pump my fist into the air as I see him use it in a cool way. Impressive they increase the light and the shadows around each of the characters as the spell gets fully underway. Asta really does consistently grow on me as a character, and it certainly doesn't hurt that he's one of the main pillars of the anime's comedy. 50% of the win is because I like a piece of equipment able to measure magic, but more than that is how it makes people feel. I mean, like when the powerful captains were in a standoff prior to the zombie invasion arc. But the other 50% of this win is because we got to witness a proper battle with this dude and his mirror. Asta has, so far, the most epic entering the scene to save the day moments in this anime. Well, yeah, as you can imagine, I thought that was bloody brilliant. Man, these little end of the episode moments can be insanely funny or just interesting, and seeing these two dote on Asta is amazing. How does it never get old that everyone gets the wrong idea about him and that he just wants to be kind and friendly with people? Someone be his friend! Lots of instances of not walking on the spot and in general some creative angles for this battle scene. Another unique magic da! Kawaii CGI?
その時あんたのことを聞かされたのさ。
なんとシタリリとお知り合いだったのですか？
あれはよくできた子だったよ。
ですよね。
努力家で、どんな逆境でも諦めない強い心を持った自慢の子だって言ってたよ。
Not gonna lie, this warmed my heart quite a lot.
僕はただ友達が欲しかっただけなのに。痛い。どうしたらいいの？
Nato Monoma from My Hero Academia and Otto from ReZero. Once again finding a way to tie a new arc into these villains from before, which will no doubt become a part of a huge arc down the road, one that has been expertly built up over time. I knew something like this would happen at some point, and it's most excellent to see. Someone is finally able to deal directly with Asta's anti-magic ability, and to top it all off, she's wearing a change of clothing! Goodness me! Mixed feelings about this lady!
この魔法、公園の十字架！そこまでだよ。
Epic old granny is actually badass related plot twist of genuine amazement!
戦いじゃ敵は待ってくれない。集中、そしてどんな時でも冷静に。はい。
Finding a way to tie him into the story again via the old lady. I tell you guys and gals, I got a real feeling like he's an All Might type of character to Asta, and also hit the like button. Plot twist! They are really pulling out a few pieces of nice animation right there. Asta continuing to prove as a character his morals, no matter what's happening at the time and what the threat is that he's facing. Rotating shot of awesomeness. Learning a little bit more lore surrounding the workings of magic, in this case how it reacts within you as you grow older. Just as expected and hoped, we're getting some much needed backstory about these two, really putting into perspective why he is the way that he is.
どうせ諦めてあいつもババアも逃げてるだろう。人間誰でも他人なんかより自分が大事に決まってるからな。
I adore moments like these, where a character is so set in their ways, thinking one thing or another only to be proven wrong in the most powerful of ways, as he witnesses a hurt and exhausted Asta still continuing to fight, purely so that every last child can escape the caves, caring for everyone else above himself.
守るのをやめる。魔法騎士団だぞ。
Speaking of things I adore, the way he lights up with a smile, talking about how he's a magic knight and how he'll do his duty as one, even should he die, is brilliant. So going by the comments for part 2, it's a shame that this is seemingly the last time we will witness Asta and his magic sword ability, but all the same, just like in part 2, it's definitely awesome and definitely worthy of a fat win. Bruh, when they want to, they can seriously pull out some smooth looking animations.
根本的には類似するが全く異なる魔法を生み出しグリモワールに新たな1ページを刻んだ
Wait, that's a thing? They can create their own spells? That's so sick and opens it up for so many different attacks down the line.
Mirage Brigade!
That was so sick! Get out of here! What are you doing? That absolutely gets the maximum 2 wins award. That was brilliant and beautiful looking and hyped to high heaven. Loved it!
いつまで泣いてんだねジュ。ほらこれやるから。
Just like in Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia, one of my favourite elements also used in Black Clover is giving us a bit of a story so as to explain why even villains act the way they do. Just makes them feel more real and human, you know?
あの光は。全く見えない。
What the heck is going on right now?Oh man, that's terrible. And she gives her life for him, and we see the end of this battle finished in just about the best way humanly possible in my eyes, by bringing these incredibly powerful foes back into focus in a big way in the story as a whole. Take another 2 wins for me being so genuinely shocked.
戦いの犠牲になるのは弱い者。何の罪もない子供たちだった。
That's genuinely so truly sad seeing her magic die out like that.
かわいそうにサリーこんなに傷ついて
Reagan from Mob Psycho 100 and Suzaku from Kogias.
だから我々はクローバー王国を許さない今度は我々が君たちを滅ぼし
Starting to gain a much better understanding of exactly who these guys are and what they're trying to achieve.
このままじゃ
Take 2 wins for that, and we get to see him fight.
考えてもヤバそうなんですけど帰りてー
Getting a nice little return of some comedic elements as he freaks out about fighting the foes in front of him while trying to fake some confidence.
まあまあそうですよね。
Oh my god, this is going to be so good! He's able to keep up with his attacks and oh man, I can't wait! I swear this is so awesome, and it's such a clever technique to have kept him back from any and all combat up until this point, merely building upon his power with flashbacks and such. Beautiful combat animation and the end of his backstory about the tribe of powerful magic users being tricked and taken out of this world by petty jealous humans that I can't show due to lots of red body stuff everywhere. Boss's backstory and the continuation of this fight. Absolutely outstanding! Never did I think I'd be issuing out so many 2 wins awards for this third part. Like, this is getting to a stage where it's overtaken many anime steadily. Okay, so that fight was as stated outstanding, and they used lots of great animation techniques to really drive home the pair's power. And then, as if it weren't great enough, they had the captain start using his magic finally, and it was a thing of beauty!
俺が今まで反応できてたのは俺の故郷でいうところの気ってやつを感じてたからだ。
And now they're further expanding upon magic itself. Firstly, by introducing the notion of a tribe of powerful mana users capable of extreme levels of magic use, and now Key from his own homeland. This is a seriously clever move, allowing for loads of expansion later on and different uses. Very clever indeed. That was amazing! Take one more here for the end to episode 34, a brilliant episode by all standards as we witness a furious attack from Licht.
さてと、久しぶりだぜ、全力を出すのは。
This battle is getting stupidly great! God, it's like all of the attacks that came before now were just merely building up to these attacks. I'm honestly blown away by the level of animation they're using. Honestly, I'd be doing such a disservice to the animators who must have worked so tirelessly to create this stunning battle if I didn't address each of these most amazing moments every time they crop up. Simply stunning. For this just over 60-second long sequence, they can take yet another standalone win. Not much else to say, other than that they've piled so much animation quality into this part of the battle that I'm stunned in all honesty. Look at that! No one can say that's bad! Also though, take another one here for finding a clever way by which to keep Asta improving outside of simply doing physical things like lifting his sword or breaking rocks. Because now with this whole key thing, he is able to progress something else entirely, and for someone without magic, that's brilliant. I'm loving it so much right now. In part 2, I mentioned how Black Clover had surpassed my expectations and felt like it was growing to new levels by my estimations, and that was around the mid-20s, but now, at episode 34 and now 35, it truly feels like yet again it's improving to another level entirely. His way of talking is so appealing to his character. Like, firstly, the voice actor does a great job, but secondly, that super casual tone he has, even in a situation like this, just makes it all the better. Awesome character development as he now shows that he does care for her after all, and openly for everyone to see. I literally had to actually rewatch that twice over since I thought I'd missed something in terms of how the music just cut out. That was absolutely perfect. Old hag lady! Take a win for surviving after all! Ah, why you gotta go showing him like this now? Damn villain. Bah. Oh my god! Okay, calm down. That was so epic it's hard to put into words, boys and gals, so let's go mental and drop another 2 wins here. It truly deserves it.
面倒だけどどうやらうちらの出番みたいだね。
A very ominous end to one of the best episodes yet. Actually, for me, it was the best so far, and now we're being teased and introduced to yet more members of this group.
魔法を使えるのはあと1回がやっとかも。フィンナルまで。
まさか俺も喉を。
声が可愛い。
How does that not get one?
さすがにてめえ自身の最大魔法は答えたようだな。
Impressive multiple instances of not walking on the spot. They really didn't have to do that.
で、私は連絡しただけだけど。で、なんで町に寄らないで直接行っちゃうのよ。私だけ置いてけぼりで。
Now that was a nice addition because I felt like she would feel that. And ultimately, that's what she then comes out and says. That she's annoyed that she was left behind.
もう少し待ってください。散々魔力使ったんすから、そう簡単には回復しないっすよ。また下打ちした。
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd presume that they're going to get jumped by those other three before they have a chance to depart. And it's a nice covering up of a plot hole, learning that you can drain mana, and that we saw him use his magic so many times to transport all the kids back home to the town if that's the case. And coming back to this in a minute and a half, that's what happens.
こいつも高速移動か。闇魔法。闇まとい無名斬り。
Just as I was worried that they'd pull some age-old trick of shonen anime and come out doing something to incapacitate Captain Yami right off the bat, he moves in close, Yami attacks, and he actually gets hurt and withdraws. Like, I didn't expect that. Yami is awesome, basically.
紹介しよう。彼らは白夜の魔眼でも最強の3人。
最強だって。
Oh, that's not good, and it was unexpected, and take a win for further hyping me up to dangerous levels.
闇団長と同じ。
模倣魔法闇まとい無名斬り。
I've spoken a lot about the expansion of magic since back in part 1, and the fact that they've now introduced copy magic further expands that already expansive expansion, you feel me?
動けた。 The tide begins to turn on our heroes in just about the best way possible as we bear witness, no pun intended, to the extreme power of Yami as he fights 3 at the same time. Not to mention the fact that the battle itself is still looking great, which makes 3 back-to-back episodes with battles that contain great animation.
サラマンダ精霊魔法か。
精霊魔法ってユノと同じ。
Further expansion of magic! Like, for real, the mangaka must be praised for pouring so much thought into his power system. Back in the first episodes, I feared everyone having magic, everyone having one type of magic, would make this insanely simplistic compared to other shonen power systems. But ever since then, I've been proven more and more wrong as it's continually built upon.
闇団長、俺は。
出んじゃねえって言っただろ。そうそう。まさか俺の心配してんのか。俺が今ここで。
I'm just going to come right out and say it. Although it doesn't contain the same emotional gut punch as All Might vs. Nomu, this absolutely is on the same level for me in terms of story level importance and power level building as we witness what is close to the best of the best fighting other extremely powerful enemies, and it's honestly got me all kinds of excited. This is so good! Genuinely, boys and gals, I never expected this arc to end up going from what it was to what it has become. I'm beyond blown away. It begun as such a normal storyline, children from a town being kidnapped, and it's ended up being, well, so badass, as it features some of the strongest allies and enemies of the entire anime fighting one another. This right here, I have to say again, it gets 2 wins. I did not expect it at all. I'm more hyped than I have been in a very long time, and I need to see what happens next. Setting up a history between certain captains, adding more life and lore to the story outside of Asta and Yuno and their lives in this world. 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the start of this raging battle.
ちの大将なめすぎたね。
さよならだよ。魔力がないから諦めないのが。
俺が来ると信じてくれてありがとうよ。もらったぜ。
俺の魔法だ。
I swear, all of you, I had the biggest smile on my face, ear to damn ear when this happened. I once again didn't expect it. Asta continues to rise in my expectations, and in a scene that was stunningly well put together and wonderfully smooth looking, beyond amazing, and as you may have guessed, well worth another 2 wins. I think this is going to set some record too, I think. It's nuts!
なぜ貴様がそのグリモワールを、なぜ貴様がダンマの剣と宿魔の剣を。
Very nervous plot twist related scene of worry and concern mixed with a side portion of tasty curiosity at how it knows so much about its swords and stuff. They can take a final win here for this battle because in so many anime, the big bad guys come along and after a brief moment or a quick battle, it's all over and they depart. But here that notion was turned on its head. They fought, Sally turned up, she got beat, Licht and a mate turned up, Yami arrived, huge battles, Licht lost, and then those 3 baddies showed up, and then as if that wasn't enough, the 3 captains showed up. They turned the usual scene on its head in the best of ways, and it was amazing overall.
一番献身的に看病なさってたのはクラウスさんですわ。
He's such a sweetheart, isn't he?
感謝の言葉が言えるようになっただけ成長だね。
Just as she mentioned, now at the end of this arc, we're able to witness his own character progression and development as he becomes yet another member of the Black Bulls that we learn more about and hopefully as a result ultimately feel closer to.
悪いけど最初のキスはいただくよ。
Still not hating the love triangle or square at this point in this anime.
チビス昼飯はすっかり消化したがほいっす。おーしおめえの前回はよかれた黒の防御恒例の大食い競争。
Also take another win here because this voice actor also voiced that Barrow guy and the voices were insanely different, so that was a great job by him.
頼むよ全員強制参加でよろしく。ではヤミさん審判の方俺だけお願いします。
And if you've watched the prior 2 parts, you'll naturally know that these scenes always get a win, where the fighting is over with, the battle's done for now, and we can relax back at HQ and witness the group interact together once again, personalities all on display. I love it.
信じたくはないが、我々の中に白夜の魔眼とつながる裏切り者がいることは確かだ。
本当にうまくいくでしょうか。
すべてはアスタ君次第だね。
Plot twist!
どんな魔法を使ってたんだい？なになに魔法魔法？人の魔法をコピーするってすごいな。
I still love this dude an unreasonable amount.
はあ、確かにそのネジネジの前髪簡単にはセットできません。
やっぱお前面白い。
ヤミさんの顔真似。
てめえは黙ってろこのふわふわ頭。
So like, I don't quite know what to think. Maybe he's somehow innocent, but regardless, how they did it, that being very to the point, was awesome, and again, very different to how I'd expect these kinds of scenes to normally go down. Asta being awesome and using his newfound key ability, already putting it to excellent use. I don't even know what type of magic that is, but there you have it! Yet another new magic atama!
男のくせに逃亡とは情けのないやつだ。裏切り者以前に団長失格だな。
Loving the dedication to building the realism of the city by actually taking the time to add these buildings in front of the main gate here.
奴らが王都へ侵入できた決定的な証拠になる。
希少な魔道具に目がくらみ取引するとは。
They actually got me again. Normally if a character in this position says, I didn't do it, I'll clear my name like he did, then that's the truth. 99 times out of 100. But here, he was just lying, and that never happens. Oh, Black Clover, you do things your own way, huh?
うちいい演技したわ。うちの模倣変身魔法を見破れるやつはいないね。
They got me again!
フエゴレオンを狙ったのも彼が身につけていた魔石が目当てだったようだ。
生まれ変わるね。
And here we have the next expertly set up part of the next wider overarching arc of the main story being laid out before us. Honestly, I'm really impressed how they've done this, and it works really nice when done on a week-by-week basis, compared to being seasonal such as My Hero Academia, for example. I found that flashback sequence between Yami and the Wizard King unreasonably entertaining for what it was.
てめえならやれると思ってうちの団に入れたんだ。キリキリ働けや。
Also, must admit, I love these little moments between them as well. It's like a father kind of telling his son he's doing a good job and to keep working hard. I think he's also really amazed by Yami as well, given everything that happened. Well, the name of the game this time around is Style, boys and gals. That was incredibly stylish and done so in such a way as to make me really feel now that Asta is a part of the Black Bulls and no longer the new guy whose story is all about him and Yuno and the church they grew up in. Backed by a cool skull-pounding song and filled with the vibes of the previously mentioned style and also a real cinematic feel, especially on the title. She's in a towel and the other lady is there and everything and stuff. Ugh! Yes!
マグナ先輩燃えてますね。
うるせえぞ。
Not running on the spot.
だってそんなの失敗したら。
そうだな。失敗すれば全員激流に飲まれ溺れ死ぬだろう。
Taking the time to once again begin Noelle's character building, since she didn't get any during the last arc, having been sadly stuck in the town. Just like it was a quarter to OP at the start of the episode, it's now well gone half past ED as we arrive at a lovely little ED featuring many of the anime's lovely ladies in it and a sweet, relaxing and calming track to top off the nice wind-swept visuals. Bird's eye view of the city at night. The only thing more entertaining than seeing the whole crew interact back home at HQ is having it happen at the beach. Sometimes anime do a terrible job of lip syncing when it comes to singing, naturally because it requires a lot more precision than usual, but this is done really nicely. Not only are the visuals absolutely the epitome of calm, but her singing and the song in general is like liquid honey to my ears. Like for real, that's something else. If you know the song, hit me up down below.
これは部分部分をピンポイントになんて緻密な魔力の動き。
Yet another unique and lovely sounding magical Dasomada!
じゃあ友達になった私からアドバイス。ノエルは魔法を使うときマナを無理に押さえつけようと力みすぎてるかも。
It's so cool how they add in the rain effect for a little while after she has burst that massive bubble of water in her failed attempts. Nice CGI on them as well. I know that Noelle is a bit of a tsundere, I think we can all agree on that, but I guess it does make a lot of sense when you take into account how those who should have been closest to her treated her over the years. When you consider that, maybe it makes more sense why she pushes affection away. Still doing it after more than 140 episodes though, as some of you have said, stretches that theory a little, but let me know your thoughts down below.
まだまだ。
ノエル。
満月は明日。もう今夜が最後のチャンス。大丈夫。もう少し。ノエル。
To the massive credit of Black Clover, nearly every time that I can recall, they've used animated montages rather than still images with some music over the top to demonstrate the passing of time. Hats off to them. Are you kidding me? Damn man, bless his heart! Team building scenario at its best, leading to true natural development by Noelle. Let's go ahead and drop one here for these high magical areas. Positioned all over the world, they keep people out naturally of certain areas. It's yet another example of finding a way in which magic can exist in this world and building lore around it.
ねえあれって。
もう手遅れみたいよ。
If I can ever be as a human being curious on a level of 1 to 10, right now I'm at a 9. Because how in the heck are people managing to live down there after all the hassle they had to arrive? Sounds to me like the start of a tournament arc!
All the credit to Giguk for that one.
下級ごときじゃ到底かなわんぞ
あのバカどもがその肩書き通りの強さならな。
なんじゃとは
I must admit they got me again. I thought they'd have serious trouble with them and then they go and do insanely well right off the bat. I tell you, one of my favourite but odd things about Black Clover as a whole is how they always seem to go off the beaten path, laid before it by numerous other shonen anime, and does its own thing instead. This.
この魚たちのように我が牙にかかりたいのならかかってこーい。
かわいい。
早いもん勝ちだよマグナ。雷魔法陣雷の宝玉。
Lovely little bit of rotating animation, followed by smooth as butter straight out of the microwave animation, mixed with some warm, just recently popped up toast CGI. Not too hot anymore, it's been out for a good 30 seconds, but you gotta be quick and combine them before it gets cold. You know how toast is. What was I talking about?
急に踊り出した
I bet the animators weren't too pleased with needing to animate a dance such as this, but they did it and they did insanely well. All the credit in the world to them, especially when releasing these weekly. That's crazy!
違うよ。ノエルはもう魔力のコントロールはできているよ。無意識に人を攻撃しないようにしてる。人を傷つけたくないんだね。
Oh! I never actually once considered that. What an awesome twist on her as a character trait, and very sweet as well, bless her heart.
それになんつう動きだこいつ意識がどっかに飛んでるみたい
Honestly, I'm so surprised by the consistently great animation in battles during this anime. A lot of people have mentioned the animation not being great, so I'm always very shocked, especially during Yami vs Licht and that, but these are great as well.
肉体で魔法を再現してやる
魔法なしじゃさすがに限界あるでしょ。
何
限界を超える
Just as I thought as well, they attribute a new learning skill to Asta after something as intense as the fight during the mid-30 episodes, and still now they're using that and even building upon it. Also great that it was Yami who imparted that wisdom upon him like a teacher would.
誰が終わるかおら
まだまだ楽しませてもらうよ
何やら楽しそうなことをしているではないか。俺も混ぜてもらおうか。
Okay, you know what? You get 2 wins for this. If I was to say that this was the last thing I was expecting, I'd be lying. But I never saw it coming at this point here. That was awesome, and it's such a twist. It has to get the maximum award. That's brilliant. Nothing short of brilliant. And now I can't wait to see what happens next. Showing us that these bad guys weren't able to just magically appear inside the game in the underwater temple, but instead that they were challenged by authority before getting close.
目当てのものはそいつらと同じく魔石だ。ほう。だが、はいそうですかと渡すわけにはいかないな。
Loving how this twist is now played out, in that no doubt the people of the temple will be joining forces with the Black Bulls to defeat these intruders. Again, so far off the beaten path we can't even see it anymore, and now we're pretty much lost in the woods!
獣魔法ベアクロー
This really does put into perspective just how truly powerful Yami is, that he took several of these attacks head on while also fending off 2 others and he was okay. In terms of building power levels, it makes me genuinely so excited to see him fight again.
これは
空間魔法異次元球体私の空間魔法に捕らえられたもの
Very nice way of keeping their strongest ally out of the fight, which is a shame to me because like I just said, I really wanted to see him fight again, but I totally understand why they'd keep him in there.
いいか全員今ここで限界を超えろ。
まためちゃくちゃな。
まさかこんなドキドキハラハラなゲームができるとはの。
よっしゃ行こう。おい
Not running on the spot for the final time.
証拠マカト。
It's getting super exciting and intense once again. I get the feeling that during this arc we're gonna have a bit of a collective character building rather than focusing on one member of the team at a time. It's already happened to Noelle, Asta to a smaller degree, and now Magna and Luck.
俺たちの全魔力くれてやるよ。
Obviously this isn't going to beat him, but you best believe it still is highly deserving of a massive win.
俺の先輩だ。
なるほど、これがアンチ魔法の剣の一撃か。
He actually got him with the sword!
鎖魔法スコーピオチェイン。
Setting up the other members with their own battles, giving a decent reason as to why they can't all rush to try and take down Vito together.
少々焦ったぜ。こいつ。
Man, the CGI has really gone up a level since the first few episodes.
一撃二撃三撃
Her magic is so random but so powerful.
イエーイ女の子だったの。
一つ投擲などの遠距離攻撃に弱い。二つ強化魔法などでお前以上の身体能力を発揮する者に弱い。貴様諦めなければ最後にはどうにかなると思っているだろう。
This guy laying out the problems Asta has with his fighting style while actively attacking him, and that music is doing a brilliant job of painting a very dire situation right here.
諦めけ絶望しろ。は
諦めて誰か守れんのかって言ったのよ。
Fantastic end to the last episode here of the video as Asta reaffirms his commitment to absolutely never giving up no matter what obstacle it is that he is facing as the girls blast through the wall in time to assist. Dropping one final win here for the video as a whole, I truly enjoyed these 15 episodes more than the previous 30. It just keeps on getting better and better in my eyes, and it's crazy to think that should we surpass 35,000 views in 1 month, then I'd be covering all the way up to 60 already. Thanks so much to each and every single one of you for watching. I want to genuinely thank you so much. I couldn't do this job without all of your support, and I'm always so grateful for you all. Don't forget, if you enjoyed yourselves and want to help out, leaving a like and a comment is always a good way to go. You can also follow me on Twitter, join our Discord, or if you really want to help me and my family out, consider joining the Patreon, links down below, and in return, you'll get to pick what I cover and get numerous other rewards like exclusive videos and such. Thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video, or at least hopefully in part 4 of Black Clover. Nathan Burr, Bird Without a Word, Arias Alibari, Aidan White, PK Fan, Ali 50, Ryan Anderson, Isael Caldera, Chris Harris, Yona Shal, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Luis Hernandez, Kim Munt, Jason Davies, Yuki Ali, Manuel Morales, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Sentimento, Java 6263, Amy San, Alfredo Jimenez, Silva, Master Tank, Boogie, Kevin Nelta, Stefio, Brendan Kriya, Storm 970, Mr. Waffle 64, Fongola Ninja, Kaj Warzorma, Jordan Samuels, Sean Graves, The Epic Commander, Crimson Shadows, Kyle Farmer, Buzzbomb 3000, Adora Blue, Yagai 7636, Mr. Berigino.